Hi guys, we're just going to do a quick walkthrough of my new DACE Pro Angler 14 kayak that I picked up. I got it for a bargain on a local auction site here in New Zealand. It's second hand but only been used twice, and you can see that by the quality, and the wear and tear is null and void. It's near new. I picked it up for $450, and at the moment they have them online for $12.99. And I found one site that has them on special for $1,000, so I got quite a good bargain for my budget. We're renovating a house and setting up a business at the moment. My budget pretty much allowed me near zero, so for this price I'm happy. It should do what it's intended to do and get me out fishing and able to dive in our local area. I'll start here at the front of the kayak. You see you've got your bung to drain any water that gets in the hull. You've got your handle here, it's quite a solid handle, and you've got a little screw hole there with a fitting in that you can attach obviously anything in there. You come up the hull and you have a hatch that clips together. It's quite a solid hatch. I've unclipped it, but it sits there, it's all sealed, and that gives you access, and quite a large access into the hull there. I was quite impressed with that myself. And that just clips back on. Obviously it'll be clipped on when in use, and then it brings us down to this hatch here, which clips together. I have no idea what it was used for. If anyone knows, let me know. But what I've decided I'm going to use it for is, I've got a battery pack that I have for my fish finder. It's in a little click-clack sealed unit. It seems like it'll fit nicely in here, which I'm going to put it in, and I'll run the wires down here through the scupper hole. And the reason I'll do that is because this scupper hole has a recessed area underneath where the transducer can sit in nice and flush. And then I'll run the wires down along here and probably mount it into these mounting holes here with the fish finder. That seems the most comfortable spot when I sit in the seat. But before I mount anything, I'll take it out on a few paddles first to make sure I'm getting that right. Which moves us on to this large compartment. Clips in, they all clip in. I'm quite impressed with them. They all clip nice and tight. It's got a measuring stick on it, which is helpful. Starts from there, goes up to 50 centimeters. It's got a lot of mounting holes and a lot of holes for rod holders. They seem to fit the Scotty ones and also the cheaper ones we have on our auction sites here in New Zealand, so that'll be great. We've got quite a deep compartment there. I'm keeping my scupper plugs in there at the moment, and a nice little cup holder to have your water or whatever you drink while you're out. You've got your pedals here, which is for the rudder system. You've got your pedal, and then you've got your control pedal, easily adjustable, where you just flip that up. You can adjust those to whichever length you want and then lock them back in again. They're adjusted right for me. Got some more solid handles on each side. I try not to use them. Kayak is quite heavy. If I have to use them, I'll use them, but they feel solid enough. But I think in time, with weather and that, being a cheaper brand, they could deteriorate and might not be able to hold the weight of the kayak, but time will tell. You've got a nice padded high back seat. I'll probably put some more padding underneath for my fat butt, but you've got to have the high back seat and comfort, because when I'm out paddling I normally spend a few hours out, and having the comfort makes a massive difference. Behind the seat, I'm not too sure about this hatch. It's a nice hatch, it's lockable, you twist and unlock. It's got a dry bag in and also access into the hull from the back. But on all the other kayaks I've had, this hatch here was always easy access there. So yeah, I'll be able to get to it by twisting around and twisting and turning, but I'll be able to hold things in there and keep them dry. But having the easy access, I think, is a lot more better. You've got the 4 flush rod holders, 2 up the front here too, and I'll add a couple more rod holders to the yak as I go. You've got your, as we saw, the pedals, the rudder system, nice and simple, unclips. You've got your control here, which is beside the seat on the right hand side. You pull it when you want to drop it, nice and simple. You pull that, as you can see, that drops it. And when you want it up, you pull the other one. And of course that comes up, back into place. We've got a couple more of these drilled in holes that are able to take fittings, which are great, and more on that side as well. You've got the massive storage area at the back here, which I've got an insulated bag to hold my fish. It will fit nicely in there. It's pretty much that size, and then I'll obviously bungee across to all the fittings and put the bungee across it and to hold it in. Coming around, you have your bungee to hold your paddle, and that's nice and simple. Pulls off, paddle comes off, you put the paddle back on, clips on, nice and simple, one-handed, no worries. That's about it for this. It's all in all, looking over it, I've had a good look over it. You've got a handle at the back here too, which sometimes that rudder gets in the way, but when the rudder's down, lift up, I found I just hold it from the side there. It seems to work as well. A little bit uncomfortable, you knock your fingers on the rudder a bit. All in all, looking over the kayak, I'm quite impressed with it. Like I said, I haven't taken it out yet for a paddle, but I've got a mate that's about the same size as myself. He's taken his out and he reckons it's pretty quick and very stable. So yeah, I'll be doing a full review on it once I've taken it out a couple of times. My first 2 trips will be out in the shallows. I'll tip it a few times, learn how to get back on, see how much water the hull takes on, if any gets into the hull when I'm flipping it over and over. And yeah, once I've done several trips, a couple of trips out flipping and playing around on it, testing it to its limits, and a couple of trips fishing, and once I've mounted everything on, I want fish finders, bag and everything, I'll do a full review of it. Some of the highlights for me is because I am a heavier set guy, I'm 110 kilo. The load capacity of this is 280 kilo, which is awesome. I'll be able to put all my big catch in the back there, not worry too much about the weight. It's heavier than a lot of the other kayaks I've had. It weighs 36 kilo. The length of it is 423 centimeters, or just over 4.2 meters. The width is 77 centimeters, and it sits at a height of 40 centimeters. So all in all, I got a great deal. I'll take it out on a few maiden voyage and a few test runs in the surf, tipping it, taking it to its limits, and then a few fishing trips, and then I'll post a video of a full review, my opinion of it. Thanks guys, and hope you enjoyed my walkthrough of the DACE Pro Angler 14. Cheers.